a There's Rob Thompson as a name down this side over here below. I always get that one wrong. I always point to the wrong side. It's Monday, May 12th, maybe May 11th. And I just wanted to, I don't know, start off the show talking about a bunch of things. We got a few things to cover for this week, and I hope you had a nice weekend, a nice Mother's Day weekend as well. On top of it, let's jump in. It's obviously we're all facing a bunch of challenges, but where there's challenges, there's opportunities. And when I reflect, especially with the space that I've been in within higher education, working with sport management students, acting as a mentor for a lot of them. On top of it all, let me bring my microphone over. When you go live, sometimes you forget some things. Microphone is kind of important. So within this space that I've been in, I'm part of, I guess, with the boots on the ground and really see firsthand what a lot of these students are faced with. And it's a big challenge, going into an industry. Imagine that you're going into the industry the first time in your career, and the entire industry is completely shut out. It's completely locked down, and very, very hard. I mean, if you have enough anxiety coming out and with an open industry and with a flourishing industry, trying to get a position and try to get an entry-level job, but now add on top of it, it's completely shut down. So you can only imagine what everybody's going through. On top of which, millions of people furloughed who have been in the industry, in the sports and media and entertainment industry. Millions of people are furloughed or have been laid off. Very, very successful executives. So the talent pool is absolutely massive right now. That's out there. There's incredible amounts of opportunity if you are ever thinking about changing your career, changing things that you want, changing a position, and you've been furloughed or laid off. Now's the time. Now's the time not to think about what the heck happened because you had nothing to do with it. Now's the time to figure out what you can do differently. And how do you use digital media? How do you use podcasting? How do you use content creation to now jump into some of the things that you've been wanting to probably do for a very long time, like start a podcast or let me start a blog. These are all the things. Let me start a YouTube page or a website. Let me start doing online courses or consulting or one-on-one coaching, using your experiences, your contacts, and your relationships to leverage that. There's going to be a new thing called on-demand, which is already out there, but on-demand executives, right? Freelance executives. That is going to be the norm. Gone are going to be the days of big office buildings and commuting. Unless you are essential to the operational piece and you have to be there. But for the most part, everything that is out there right now as far as software, connectivity, software that could help, apps that could help connect us, CRM systems, communication systems, sharing information like in Slack. So all of these things together, you start looking at it and say, well, do we really need to be sitting Zoom? Right? This platform right here, do we really need to be sitting in the same office? Do we really need to be burning that monthly cash flow on office space and overhead and all the other things that come along with having an office space and overhead? So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, but make sure you can add comments. Even if you don't make your comments as we are live, you can make comments at any time, and I'll respond to them. But I'm going to throw in here as well as the comments to some of the links, and there's links below as this is a recording as well. Let's go back. Let's talk about those career seekers, those trying to enter the sports industry right now. What's interesting is there's 640 plus colleges throughout the world that offer a undergraduate or graduate sport management degree at some form, an MBA with a focus in sport management or sports business. And roughly 30,000 students that are in these programs, and you're probably looking at 8,000 to 9,000 that are coming out every year, looking for a job, banging on doors, and now those doors are closed. What do you do? Well, 45% of those jobs last year from 2019 through currently, last 18 months, have been in digital media, have been in social media management. Now you're starting to see jobs are fan engagement, fan hospitality, digital hospitality. All of those things are going to start coming about. All those new opportunities for career seekers are going to be in that space. So when you look at the amount that are coming out, the amount that have been there, those folks that are kind of starting over and pivoting in their careers, the one thing that we know that's going to happen and that's going to be transforming the industry is technology, sports tech, or just technology in general. How we talk to each other, how we experience whether it's going out to eat or food reviews, or whether it's, obviously in this case, whether it's going to the stadium or outside the stadium, which is going to probably be the habits for the next 18 months of how do you experience a game? How do you experience a contest or an event live streamed from your home, from the comfort of wherever? I see right now there's a lot of live concerts happening in and drive-in movie theaters. So what's going to happen now when you're sitting there watching a concert in your car, which is kind of a cool thing? What apps, what experiences do you have on your phone where you're going to engage with everybody around you, right? So yeah, you could beep your horn, but what else can you do? What can you connect? How could you order food, have them bring that up to your car? How are you sitting at home? And now what are you doing to have food delivered to your house? What apps are you going to use? Are they connected to the teams or the brands or the retail? Is it e-commerce? So all of those things are going to happen. So anyways, those are things that I want to talk about, and I want to make you aware of what we're doing, because I wasn't able to mentor as many students as I usually do this semester because of the students left campus. So we were really forced to do a lot of it online through Zoom calls, which is fine. And a lot of time it's a little bit more convenience for the students with their busy schedules. So what I did with that is I broke it down. I broke that whole conversation and through assessments and trying to get to know the student a little bit more, what their goals are, what their resources are, what their interests are. Those are the things, kind of get an idea of where they want to go with their career. So I created a course. It was based upon a book that I wrote a number of years ago, How to Land a Dream Job If Dad Doesn't Own the Team. And what that did is that attracted a certain amount of and types of career seekers, and a lot of which are interested in sports technology and had startups in the sports technology space. So we created a program for them to connect them up to investors and for seed capital. And then along the same side, a vertical within that, were these career seekers, who are trying to figure out and discover where they fit into the industry. So, anyways, with those two verticals, with those two interested parties, career seekers and sports technology startups, we started to find a place for them to meet up. So, in the first place, for us, with the career seekers, for us to be able, and for me personally, to be able to scale that and to be able to spend a lot of time, at least get that information out there. Because it really is the same process. It's the same six steps. I put together a mini course called Sports Dream Job Playbook. And it's on Kajabi, and you get the link below, but it really is a place for, it's an hour course, and it's all based on videos, and there's some audio files and some downloads and a PDF of the playbook itself as well. But I really dive deep into the mindset. So I try to look at the core. It's not always about, it's not always about your resume and that first interview. It's about the core of who you are as a person, and it's one thing to get a job in ticket sales, or you could volunteer at road races, and you could do all those things. But whether or not you're going to be able to really last in the industry is going to be based upon some fundamentals of who you are, the core of who you are, your character, your work ethic, your attitude, all those things. So I talk about on this course, I talk about your mindset, where you are, mentally? Are you positive mindset? What's your attitude and your effort? Do those two things match? The discovery of, the industry, the discovery of yourself. How do those two come together to find that right position, that right job, and that right career path? Your network, how important that network is to build and to be able to scale that network using LinkedIn, using YouTube, using Instagram and Twitter to be able to prospect and build your network. And then mentors, I break it up into the importance of 4 different mentors and who are those 4 different mentors, and creating your own career advisory board with those mentors. And how do you need to skill up? And how do you need to skill up in certain areas? And how you need to skill up in digital? And I'll give you some tips and tools on and software that I use to create podcasts or blog, and then the art and science behind how to distribute that information out there to grow an audience. And without an audience, it's not really about who you know, it's about who knows you. So how do you do those certain things? And then the last and really, really important, this is kind of the longevity of it, is your lifestyle and your personal lifestyle, your professional lifestyle. And what I mean by that is, who do you surround yourself with? So those are all things that I talk about as well within that course. And then we do a one-on-one afterwards. So you got 30 days to digest it. But really, when you're geared up, and I give you checklists, and you got your playbook, and you got your things that you have to follow up on, that one session or 2 sessions afterwards with me to say, what's sunk in, what was meaningful to you, what did you think about, what are some of the things that you want to do right now, what are you curious about, what ideas do you have that you want to bounce off of me, and see kind of what my reaction is to that, or maybe open up some doors for you along the way and give you a little bit more of a game plan to help you with your path and laying that out for you. So all of those are available in that course. It's an hour long, the 6 videos, and like I said, all the other PDFs that go along with it. You could go to Rob Thompson. Let me see if I have it up here. Hold on one second. You go to is this it? Yeah, that's the name of the course, and here it is right here. So it's robthompson.mykajobi.com. Yeah, that's where you go and register, and the course is right down there. So feel free for that. Then we got a couple other things coming up this week. We have on the 14th, we have our Connect series, and our Connect series is I wanted to have a place where I could provide a connection between career seekers, startups, startovers, executives, innovators, those that are making an impact in the industry, in the business of sports. And I wanted to have a platform monthly where we could bring that group together, absolutely free, doing it on a Zoom. So it'll be a panel discussion. There'll be a lot of Q&A, but it really gives you and brings awareness to those who are these people that you may not know of. They maybe are not in your LinkedIn network, Twitter circle. Steve Nudelberg, who is a serial entrepreneur, a well-respected and connected guy in the industry, and Brandon Steiner from Steiner Sports, another one who's just an innovator, an entrepreneur, who's made a major impact. And if you don't know who they are, you'll meet them on the 14th. So I only have 26 seats left. It's at Zoom, so they limit you. I think I have access to 100 seats for this Zoom webinar, and somewhere around there. But I think I have 26 left, and jump on it. It's you're going to be able to ask questions and comments, and then more importantly, meet everybody within that group. It's going to be recorded, but you'll have access to that as well later on. You'll be able to post who you are, your email address, and network with the other 100 people that are going to be on the that are peers that are within that, or that are within this group as well. So feel free to reach out to them as well. But it's really Steve and Brandon are going to share, their feelings on what's happening, how are we going to come out of this, inspiring stories of challenges that they overcame in their lives and their careers, and what you could do to help make some changes as well within your own, situation, your current situation. Definitely going to be funny, definitely going to be inspiring. These two are unbelievable guys. what they do, the books that they've published. They'll talk about the books. They'll talk about some of the projects that they're currently working on. LinkedIn training, LinkedIn like a pro that Noodleberg does. That's unbelievable that he's doing it now with all the NFL teams, and what Brandon does with memorabilia, and his books are just incredible. Very, very inspiring about all the things that he's overcome in his life and his career, and his mindset and all the other good things. So I'm starting off with 2 rock stars. We're going to be doing this monthly. So if you go to my website at gameplanu.org, and I don't think I have it up here at all, gameplanu.org is definitely a place that we have all this information on there. So you'll have the course information on there, and you'll have the Connect information on there as well. If you subscribe here to YouTube at Game Plan U Choice or Voice, I'm sorry, Game Plan U Voice, it's on there. So it's on this channel, and we'll be sending you notifications of that. So anyway, so those are the 2 that I have. And then May 18th. So following Monday, I'm going to have Jeff Wilson. If you haven't seen me, I used to do Saturdays with Jeff, and Jeff is a global sports strategist, and he works with national governing bodies, FIFA, FIBA, UEFA, and with some premier teams as well. He has been on the sponsorship side, but he is a strategic consultant for these leagues and for teams over there. We talk about the disruption and digital transformation that is happening on the global scale. Sometimes it seems like Europe is a little bit further along than we are from adapting some of these technology platforms, especially with player performance, e-commerce, all of those things. So we're going to be talking about that if that's of any interest to you. Jeff is an incredible guy, really, really engaging, really funny, upbeat, positive. And that's going to be Monday, 8 a.m. So next Monday, May 18th. Again, if you subscribe to YouTube, you'll be able to follow us there, and you'll be notified when we're going to go live. So that's about it for me. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at rob@gameplanu.org. I hope this has been helpful for you. It certainly is therapeutic for me. So have a great Monday, everybody. Again, I'm Rob Thompson, Game Plan U today. Have a great week.